You may be asking yourself, Rick, why are you surrounded by all these scooter parts and a quite a stripped down scooter behind you? I thought you're supposed to be making a YouTube channel about just that kind of stuff where you film yourself doing it. Well, it turns out I did, but unfortunately it was in slow-mo mode. The channel's got enough viewers as it is without trying to make people watch me dismantle a bike in slow motion. Right, so to go back a bit, my plan was to leave the scooter fairly intact, sort of visually at the minute, while we got it running, because it'd be nice to sort of do a little scoot out when the parts arrive and it's running and everything's great. But the parts are taking so long to arrive that I've just got to get on with it, really. So I've started stripping it down. I thought it would be nice to have some sort of functioning brakes if I am going to take it on a little loop around, so at least I get good access to the brakes now. I'll hopefully be able to use some of the footage that's was done in slow-mo, because obviously there was the big reveal as all of this fairing got taken off and foot plates, and yes, it was well, it looked pretty bad, but now I've had a good scratch about and cleaned it up a bit. It's not quite as bad as it first looked, but you'll see, I'll put the clips up, you'll see it did look pretty bad. So I guess now I'm going to strip it down more and start trying to find out if I can get these brakes working. The petcock is due to arrive 11th of July. It's currently the 29th of June, so we've got too long to wait. I've got to get on with it. I've got to get on with it. This is Miles. He seems to just come and harass me as soon as I turn the camera on, so you'll see him a lot anyway. You right there, Miles? You gonna help with any of this? Yeah, you gonna help with any of this? That's Miles. Hey guys, voiceover Rick here. I managed to find and salvage the bit where I took the footplate off in the slow-mo video and reveal the frame in all its glory. I thought you might like it, so here it is. Well, there you go. Oh my god. It's pretty well. So, I'm fairly certain you can see that. So that's just to give you an idea of what it's like underneath. Oh jeez, oh, that's quite bad, isn't it? It's just surface, bit of teacup, be alright. You can see, oh god, you know, what was that holding? I don't know, but that doesn't. Yeah, just how rough the bottom of the bike is. Oh dearie me, dearie me. Right, anyway. So as you can see, these are all the bits I've got off so far. They didn't put up much of a fight actually, which was quite good. There's a couple of nuts on the fender, which I'm fairly certain are going to need to be drilled out, especially there's one on the back there that's yeah, that one's definitely going to be. Hey look, that's the bit that goes. Hey. So the frame, although it initially looked rough as hell when I first took that footplate off, it actually is, you know, it's just a bit of surface rust. It's fine. It's all fine. Yeah, so there we go. As you can see, now I've got access to underneath, so I can start pulling the brake cables out and the what's not. But yes, so this is what we're doing next and now. With the Honda Wonder, and I started having a look at it and poking about, and as is typical, next thing you know, tools are out and I've started whipping bits off it. My god, that was what came out of this hole here. It snapped, but I don't even know, that nut stuck to the back there, but I don't even know if that's captive. I'll give you a closer look at what we're dealing with, and you can see for yourselves just how bad it is. So yeah, there is a nut behind there. Look at this, Jesus Christ. So these are the brakes, the brake cable that I'm trying to get off. It is completely seized, so that's what I'm having to go at the moment. We'll try and get that cable out. The cable actually looks quite good in the sheath, so yeah, I don't know, see if I can unseize it and at least get it functioning. So let's have a go at that then. So amazingly, without any heat or anything, managing to undo this. There's a spring there, but I don't think it's under a load of tension. Excuse my use of an adjustable spanner on such an old machine. Okay, anyway, today is about getting this cable out. What's that in there? That needs some new plus gas. Was that once spanner shaped? See, I don't know if you can see, but the cable doesn't actually look too bad, you know? So, find out why it's seized. I'll probably find out it's just a lock on the brake or something. Right, I'm going to have a wrestle with this. Right, so I just went up to the shed to get the grips and stuff, and we were just talking about adjustables there and how they're bad to use, especially on slightly rusty nuts and stuff like that. I just want to show you this one. If you look at this, this is Baco. It's quite a good brand, you know, but you know, you listen, the play on that, you know, and that's considered top quality these days. And then look at that. This is a King Dick old that my wife got me, and that's solid, no play, no movement whatsoever. Absolutely lovely bit of kit that. Hope you can see that okay. Thank you, my wife. Thanks for coming to Adjustable Hour. Now on with the bike. Right, is that better? You can see, can you see now? Blink twice for yes. Maybe. It's hard to tell if this was ever threaded. I don't know. It might just have been kept in there by tension from that. It's certainly in there bloody solid now. See, look, that cable doesn't look too bad in there. Why is it stuck solid? Well, hello. Right, that's better. So it wasn't threaded then. It was just a bit stuck. Right, progress. That's what we want. Okay, so that's that end out. Good. Right, up to the top. On the back of that was captive. Right, let's get the front of this off and get a better look at the brake setup. Oh no. Looks like it's had a bit of a whack at, well, obviously it's had a bit of a whack at some point. I'll have to see if I can fix that, add that to the list. This could be difficult. Don't know what you can see. Let's see if we can zoom in for you. Zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Right, so there's no play in that. So I'm going to have to get that out somehow. Probably by taking this lever off, maybe. Yeah, let's give that a try. That was easy enough. Where's my robot screwdriver for that? Not quite the right bit for that, so let's not use that. See what happens now. Okay, I'm going to wrestle with this for a bit, and you can come back when it's done. Right, so that cable actually came out quite easy in the end. I mean, you know, I think I've said it before, is that the kind of thing you want to watch me do? Struggle getting a cable? There'll be like one guy 10 years from now who watches this video because he's got himself into the same position as me, and he'll be like, oh, I really wanted to see how you did that. And the rest of you are thinking, well, you just bloody get on with it. Right. So, I'll have a look online and see whether I can get a generic replacement or whether I can get the actual replacement part, because obviously that cable's seized. I will, in the interest of saving money, see Sharon, I am going to see if I can free it up, because if it's just a little bit crusty inside and I save myself a few bob, then I'll see if I can free it up. That's good, isn't it? Right, so that's front brake cable off. Right, let's get some tubs for brake parts, and let's go and see if I can free up this brake cable to save me having to buy another one, because parts are a bit like rocking horse shit, really. And then when they do come, they have to come from China and take weeks and weeks. Okay, I'll go up to the shed and see if I can free this cable. So that's the front brake cable done. I've got it hanging up in the shed in a U-shaped arrangement, squirt of lube down either end. I'm going to leave that for a couple of days, maybe add a few more squirts here and there, and then I'll put it back in the vise and see if I can free up that cable. I know it seems like, you know, a lot of work for, like, oh Rick, just get on the internet and order a new cable, but the parts are really hard to find. Yeah, I might go straight on and it's like £4, but you know, it's a lot of time looking for these parts. Like that petcock is ridiculous how long I've actually spent looking for it. Not half as long as it's taken to get here, but that's beside the point. And the more parts I can salvage, you know, the less I spend, which is my goal at the end, is to just try and reuse all the parts that are here. Okay, so where to go next? I guess from the front to the back. So let's have a look at the back brake and see if any joy with that. So if you look in here at the back brake, it's slightly different arrangement. There was a nut on the end of here which I spun off, which I haven't got that here, that option. And I very much doubt I'm going to be able to twist that off properly because it's so corroded. So it started to do it itself anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is bend this slightly so that I can get that out and try and get this barrel out in the vise, maybe up in the shed. I think it'd be a lot easier. As I say, it's kind of started to do it. It's bend a little bit itself anyway when I was trying to see if I could free up the action of the lever. So I'm going to do that, I think. Best bet. Seems a bit counterintuitive maybe to be bending, but I think it'll be pretty easy to bend back. He says confidently, come on, come on. There we go, right, and then I can hopefully I can twist that bit off in the vise now and save this cable as well, maybe, he says confidently. So I've just got you can see that's coming out. back up to the brake lever, do the same as the front one, and then get it up onto the shed and get it soaking in fluids. What I'm doing is trying to save. Jesus, what am I... Why am I trying to save that? Just throw it in the bin, buy a new one. Right, so that's the end of this episode. It felt a bit, I don't know, as I was editing it down and stuff, it feels a bit non-cohesive and a bit, I don't know, a bit rambly. Anyway, it's 15 minutes of a guy taking 2 brake cables off and putting them in his shed to soak. I don't know. If you think it took you a long time to watch, I tell you it took me a lot longer to edit. Sorry it's so late. I'm struggling to find things to do before I just rip the whole thing apart, which I've explained a million times I don't want to do yet. So getting the brakes working seemed like kind of an obvious thing to do. So I apologise that it's a late episode. It's a late episode that's about the brakes. So it's the late brake episode. Yeah, about 2 people will get that. So I think the next video is going to be full on getting the Typhoon ready for the Scooter Festival, which is coming back to Aber at the end of this month, which is fantastic. So there's about 1,000 scoots, more than apparently, bombing around Aberystwyth. The smells, the sounds, fantastic. And they have a good ride out, which I got the honour of leading, which was absolutely nerve-wracking as hell, but great fun. So if you're about Aber on the weekend, the 26th, I think, last weekend of this month anyway, get down there because it's a hoot. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, maybe. And yeah, as I say, the next episode will probably be about the Typhoon, so that should be a good one. She's a bit less rusty to look at, a bit less anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Meep, meep.